Raf, so we understand that Israel has now confirmed that some Israelis have been taken hostage. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Kristen, this is some news breaking in just the last couple of minutes. The spokesman for the Israeli Defense Forces appearing on Israeli national television. And for the first time, Israeli officials are confirming that both Israeli civilians and Israeli soldiers have been taken inside of Gaza, are being held captive, are being held hostage inside there. And I cannot tell you how heavily that will weigh on the minds of decision makers from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on down. It is one thing to be caught off guard in a major surprise attack that leads to a major loss of life. It is another thing to now be dealing with a large-scale hostage situation inside of the Gaza Strip. The spokesman for the Israeli military said all options are on the table in terms of a large-scale Israeli military incursion, a ground offensive into Gaza. But, Kristen, I can tell you that this attack has truly shattered Israel's sense of security when it comes to the situation in Gaza, its sense that the problems inside Gaza could be kept on the other side of a fence. And, Kristen, it has physically shattered this barrier that separated Israel from the Gaza Strip. This is a barrier that was built over many years at the cost of hundreds of millions of dollars. It is a barrier, a wall that Prime Minister Netanyahu, other officials were extremely proud of. They say that it was high-tech.
Raf, let me, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but as you are speaking, we are looking at huge plumes of smoke in Gaza City over the skies. We're trying to get a sense of what we are looking at specifically. Is this new attack? Is this part of the aftermath? But a dramatic image of huge plumes of smoke emerging over Gaza City. Raf, please do continue.
So, Kristen, I can't see the pictures you're seeing, but I can tell you what we're hearing, which is Israeli aircraft have been overhead all day. They have been striking targets inside of Gaza City. It's very possible that if you were seeing smoke over the Gaza skyline, it is one of those dozens and dozens of Israeli airstrikes. Just to remind you, the Palestinian Health Ministry is saying 200 people are dead inside of Gaza in the last couple of hours as a result of those strikes. We don't know what the breakdown is in terms of how many of those are civilians and how many of them are militants. But this initial wave of airstrikes, Kristen, I think should be understood as Israel desperately trying to regain control of the situation, trying to force these militants back. It should not be understood as the totality of the Israeli response. And what the whole world is watching right now is whether Israeli forces are going to roll through that shattered security barrier, the barrier that Palestinian militants crossed this morning, whether Israeli forces will go in the other direction and take the fight into Gaza.
Thanks for watching.
صوت إشارة